Hello everyone, today we're going to crochet my tiny little wildflower square. I made this little flower up many years ago, and I'm really happy that I can bring it back to life now and hope that you might really enjoy it too. For this project you're going to need your yarn of choice and a corresponding hook. I'm using a DK or an 8-ply and my hook is a 4mm. You'll need your scissors and darning needle as well. For this project I'm using US terminology and I begin my work with a double magic ring. So holding yarn in your left hand, wrap your yarn twice around 2 fingers. Pull up a loop through the centre, yarn over and chain 1. Now for round number 1 we're going to do 12 double crochets into this magic ring. You can start your first one with a chain 3 that counts as a double crochet. Or, like me, you can do your stacked single crochets. Starting with a chain 1, hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now hook down the centre of that single crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're just going to do normal double crochets. Yarn over, hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 3, 4, 5, 11 and 12. Now what we do is take your hook off your work. Grab hold of the yarn end and gently pull in. Pick up the loop that has cinched in and gently tug that one so the other loop goes in. Now you can grab your yarn end and pull that second loop in. All nice and neat. Now we just need to do a slip stitch into the top of the first stitch that we made. Popping your hook under that little V on the top, yarn over, pull through. Pull the left loop through the right one that's on your hook. Now for round number 2, we're going to be making these little petals. We do this in the front loop of the double crochets that we made so that we can attach the granny square on the back into the back loop of the double crochet. Okay, if you're not sure about your front and back loops, all you have to do is pop your hook under the top of any of the double crochets. Now you've got your working loop here, so you ignore that one. Now you've got here what looks like a little V. You've got a front loop here and a back loop there. Okay, so your front loop's in the middle of all 3 stitches. All you have to do is pull your hook out. Now pop it under the front loop only. All right, you'll see that you've still got your working yarn and now you've got your front loop of your double crochet. Now we're going to start our first petal into this same stitch that we did the slip stitch into. So the front loop looks a little bit smaller, but you will find it just there. Okay, so pop your hook in, yarn over, pull a loop through, pull that loop through the one on your hook for a slip stitch. Now chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Now we're going to do 3 double crochets back into that front loop. Yarn over, hook into the loop, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 1, 2 and 3. Now chain 3 and we go back down to this front loop and do another slip stitch. So hook in, pull a loop through, pull the left loop through the right. And that's our first little petal. It will seem like it's got a gaping hole at the moment, but once the granny square is done on the back, that isn't so noticeable. So now we're going to do a slip stitch into the very next double crochet front loop. So hook under that front loop, yarn over, pull through, pull the left loop through the right loop. Now chaining 3, Now 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we'll do another slip stitch. Hook into that space, yarn over, pull through. Pull the left loop through the right loop that's on your hook. Okay, we'll do one more petal together. Finding your front loop, pop your hook under, yarn over, pull through or do a slip stitch. Pull the left loop through the right. Now chain 3. Now 3 double crochets. That's 1, 2 and 3. Now chain 3. Now we're going to do a slip stitch again to finish off this petal. Yarn over, pull through. Pull that left loop through the right loop. Alright, so there are your little wildflower petals, and they will curl up because they're meant to. Rightio, I'm going to head off and I'll meet you towards the end. Now towards the end, take the time to count your petals just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We just need one more, which goes right here. Hook in, yarn over, pull through the stitch on your hook. Chain 3. 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, chain 3 more and slip stitch, slip stitch into that same stitch below. Now I'm going to do an invisible finish, so snip my yarn off, pull that through, pop it onto my needle, and we want to take your needle down the center of that first slip stitch that we made. You'll see that it's just sitting there at the bottom of that chain 3. Okay, pop it in there, and now you won't be able to tell where the start and the finish is. Turn your work over, being careful when you darn your yarn ends in. I advise you to go in and out of the petals because we need this back loop to be free to use for the granny square that we're going to attach. So work in and out of your petals. And there's your sweet little wildflower. If you turn it over, you can see I've done my magic ring yarn tail in, and you can see this round of stitches on the back of your work. That's what you're going to work into next. So that's the back loop. Take a good look if you're not sure about it. The petal that we began with does look a little bit different. There we are. It's hard to tell where the back loop is. So that's the back loop before. Now you need to just have a little poke around and find where the back loop is. There it is. Okay, that's the only one you're going to have a problem with. The rest of them are very obvious. Righto, we'll turn back over and we'll get on to round 1 of our granny square. When you're ready, pop a slip knot on your hook. Because we're going to have to work from the front, we have to fold our petals forward so that we can get into these back loops of the double crochets below. We're going to start in a corner, and I'm also going to start in the middle of the corner, so we don't have too much slip stitching to do at the end of each round. So yarn over, hook in, pull up a loop. We're just going to make 1 double crochet to start with. Cinch that little slip knot in, chain 1. Now we'll do 2 more double crochets. So this is your corner. That's 1 and 2. Now we're going to move on to the next back loop and just do 1 double crochet into the next back loop with another double crochet. So that's your little side developing. Into the next one with a corner. So it's 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 1 and 2 more. That's 1 and 2. Folding more petals forward into the next back loop with 1 double crochet, into the next back loop with 1 other. Now this must be my starting point because I am having trouble seeing the back loop. So what you do is turn your work over, grab your needle, and there we can see it. So lift that back loop up so it's easy for you to find. All right, turning your work back around, we're going to do 1 double crochet there, and there's my loop. It's nice and easily accessible now. Now we're back to a corner. Into the next loop, we do 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets. Into the next loop with a double crochet. Into the next loop with 1 double crochet. Into the next loop with a corner. So that's 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 more double crochets. 1 and 2. Now we're going into the next loop with a double crochet and into the next loop with a double crochet. Now we need to finish off this first corner. We need to work back into it with the first double crochet of the 2. So hook in, make that double crochet, and then we just need to slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet that we made, which is double crochet number 2. So pop your hook in, pull up a loop, pull the left loop through the right. Now we'll slip stitch into our chain 1 corner. Pop your hook in, pull a loop through, pull the left loop through the right. And there we've done round number 1. It's all very squishy at the moment, as are the petals, but as you move along with your rounds, they have room to then sit out. But the flower being as it is, they are always a little bit squishy. That's just the style of this little wildflower. Round number 2. So we're going to start in this chain 1 corner space. I'm starting with stacked single crochets. You can do chain 3 if you prefer. I'm going to pop my hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, pop my hook down the center of that single crochet, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. So I'm starting in the center of the corner again. So that just counts as 1 double crochet. Chain 1, and we'll do 2 more double crochets in that same corner. 1 and 2. Now I seem to be crocheting over this yarn end, which is just fine. That suits me very nicely. Now we're going to work into the hidden stitch as well. If you pull your work apart, you will see there's a little triangle shaped space on the top right side of that double crochet below. We're going to work into that, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're going to work along the top of the double crochets below. That's your side we're making at the moment. Nearly there. Keep on going until you reach that chain 1 corner space, which is just here. Now we'll do 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 1 and 2 more double crochets. Working into that hidden stitch again, which is actually quite hidden with all these stitches on the top. Pull your work apart a little and you'll find it nice and easily. Double crochet in there. Now double crochets all the way across until you meet up with the chain 1. So let's count how many that is. Without including the corner, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches along the side now. So we'll do our next corner, 1 and 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 more double crochets, 1 and 2. Now we'll find that little hidden stitch and we'll do 5 more double crochets along until we reach the next corner. There we are, doing 2 double crochets in this chain 1 space, chain 1, 2 more double crochets. Now we'll find our hidden stitch, and then we're working along the side of round number 2. Now we just need to do 1 more double crochet into the corner, and that counts as the first double crochet. So into that chain 1 space below. Now we'll slip stitch into the top of that first stitch we made that counts as the double crochet. Pull that loop through, pull the left loop through the right loop. And here we have our teeny tiny little wildflower square. Isn't that gorgeous? I could see that in many, many things. This is what we're looking like on the underneath, round 1 and round 2. Now we just keep on going again. We pop our hook into the corner and do a slip stitch. You can either start with your chain 3 or start with stacked single crochets like I do. That's 1 and 2. Chain 1, because we're starting with the second double crochet. Now we're doing 2 double crochets in the corner, into that hidden stitch, work your way along the side. Now 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 1, 2 more double crochets in that corner, finding that hidden stitch, 2, 3, okay, 2 into the corner, chain 1, 2 more into the corner, finding that hidden stitch again, so that's 1, 2, 3, 9 and 10. 2 double crochet in that corner, chain 1, 2 more double crochet. All right, head off and finish this last round, and I'll see you at the end. I've done my 10 side stitches. Now I'm doing that last double crochet in the corner. I balked then because I said last. It's actually the first double crochet, but it's the last stitch we're making. Again, slip stitch into the top of that double crochet on the left. Then slip stitch into the corner. Now you can make as many or as few rounds as you like. I'm going to keep going and I will catch up with you soon. You just do exactly the same thing over and over and over. You can start with 3 chains or start with stacked single crochets. Chain 1, 2 more to make a corner. Find that hidden stitch and then just work your way along the side until you come to the next chain 1 corner space. In the chain 1 corner space, you're doing 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets. Now find that hidden stitch and head off on side number 2. I've done side 2, 3, I'm on to the 4th and near to the end. Now doing one last double crochet in the first corner that we made, slip stitching into the top of that double crochet on the left, and there we have it. Even though we've only done 4 rounds of the actual granny square, we're 5 rounds in width because this first round for the little flower counts as a round. So we're up to round number 5. I'm going to do one more so it matches the size of this square, and then that will be the end. Now you just need to slip stitch into the corner, start with your chain 3 or start with your stacked single crochets. Chain 1 and do 2 more double crochet to complete the corner. Find the hidden stitch, work your way along all the sides. At the end of my round, I'm just doing that one last double crochet, which counts as the first double crochet of this round. I'm going to snip off here actually and darn this yarn end in. So I'm going to go under the top of the chain 1, and I'll make a new V that sits over the top of that double crochet to the left there. Send my needle down through the center of the last double crochet that I made. Okay, there we go with our little tiny wildflower square. The possibilities again are endless because I can just imagine, you know, a round of single crochet in white there, or a round of eyelets where you do a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1. All sorts of things. I can imagine lots of little ones of these. I can imagine bigger with 3 little ones across the top and down the side. You can use these little patterns for so many things. So let's pop a round of single crochet around the top of this. Now also I wanted to tell you, if you have trouble with your solid square and it's a little bit too floppy, and the same thing happens with this one, which hasn't for me, you can just skip that hidden stitch, okay? Continue on with your 4 double crochets in your corner. Just skip that hidden stitch that you start with, and that should help even out your work. So let's start with a single crochet, slip knot on my hook, starting in the chain 1 corner space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 and tighten up that little slip knot, chain 1 and another single crochet. I'm not going to go into the hidden stitch for this. I'm going to go straight into the second double crochet. And I'm just going to single crochet all around the edge just because I think it'll look nice. I really hope you enjoy my tiny wildflower square. I will see you all again really soon. Bye for now.